Hello students, hope you all are doing great. I'm Machal Chaudhary, working as an assistant professor, BBA department in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. So students, I'm back with my online lecture series of income tax. Students, it's your lecture number 3 from Unit 4. In previous lecture, we have covered the theory portion of Unit 4. We have covered all the deductions which are covered under your Income Tax Act, and we have covered how to compute your taxable income or your total income. And today we are going to start a new thing, that is solving the numerical. So today we are going to solve some numericals related to your computation of total income. So let's start with today's lecture. So students, before moving to solve the question, to solve the numerical, first of all, let's have a look again on the computation of total income. So this is how we have to compute your total income. It's just for your help so that you will not go through the previous lecture again and again. So it will help you today in to solve the questions. First is computation of total income. Then first thing what you have to do is you have to determine the residential status. Then you have to classify the income under 5 heads, that is salaries, income from house property, profits and gains from business or profession, capital gains, income from other sources. So you have to identify the income which will come under which head. Then you have to compute income under each head, applying the charging and deeming provisions and providing for permissible deductions, exemptions thereunder. If there is any kind of deductions, exemptions under each head, so that will be computed here. Then after that, apply the clubbing provisions if there is any clubbing of income there. Then set off and carry forward and set off losses as per the provisions of the act. Then you have to, whatever the amount you will get here, that will be your gross total income. Then you have to deduct the your all the deductions which are covered under the chapter 6a. Then whatever the amount you will get here, that will be your total income, or you can say that will be your taxable income. So here is your first numerical. It is one of the very easy question related to the computation of total income. So let's have a look on this. Bala Murugan furnishes the following information for the year ended 31st March 2020. Particulars are income from business. Negative balance is given here. That means it's a business loss. That is 1,35,000. Income from house property, again it's a loss of 15,000. Lottery from winning, you have provided the gross lottery winning, that is rupees 5 lakh. Speculation of business income 1 lakh. Income by way of salary is your 60,000, and long term capital gain under section 112 is 70,000. So students, you have to compute his total income, tax liability and advance tax obligation if there are any. So you have to compute all of these three. So first main focus is on your taxable computation of the taxable income. Or you can say first of all you have to find out what will be the total income of Bala Murugan. Okay. So I request you all to pause your video here and try to solve this question by yourself. So students, this is the solution of your numerical number 1. First of all, as we know that first of all we have to compute the salaries. Your salary was 60,000. Then you have to deduct your loss from house property. You can adjust it against your salary. That is your 15,000. Now net salary is your 45,000. Next head is your profits and gains of business or profession. So here your speculation business income is 1 lakh. and your business loss is 1,35,000. So you will adjust this business loss against your speculation business income, and also you can accumulate this business loss. You can compute set off against your long term capital gain. So firstly, you will compute your speculation business income by deducting the business loss 1,35,000. So here remaining part 35,000 loss. So this loss will be set off against your long-term capital gain. Now coming to the capital gains, long-term capital gain is 70,000, out of which you will deduct the business loss of 35,000. Now you will get the long-term capital gain after setting off the business loss, that is your 35,000. So students, in profit and gains thing, what we have seen that कि हम जो भी amount है after adjusting the speculation loss, sorry, business loss, we didn't get any amount, we didn't receive, like there was no income from that speculation business left after setting off, so that will be remaining as your nil amount. Then next is your income from other sources. So it's already given that lottery winning, it's a gross amount. There is no TDS which has been deducted from it. So it's a loss amount again. So you will write it as it is, that is your rupees 5 lakh. So after calculating all of these income, we will get your rupees 5,80,000, and this is your total income which we have covered under the all of the computation which we get from the computation of your total income. So after getting your total income, now we have to calculate the tax liability. So students, as I have already told you, whenever we are having some other source of business income or other kind of income, so that income will be taxable like separately. It will not be taxable under all the head. So here what will we have done that first of all we have computed your total income excluding your lottery winning, because they are having a different taxable percentage. So there is no point of taxing that percentage or that taxing your lottery winning amount on a different percentage. So we know that income from other sources is taxable at the rate of 30%. So we can't compute the overall tax liability over here कि अगर हम suppose 5,80,000 पे taxable liability compute करते हैं, so in that situation the amount of tax will be different. So this is not what we have to do. We have to exclude that other source of income from your total income. So that was your 80,000, and on 80,000 there is no tax liability, right? Then after that lottery winning of rupees 5 lakh, on which we will compute your 30% tax, that is 1,50,000, and in that we will add on the health and education cess, that is 4%. So that is your rupees 6,000. Total tax liability is 1,56,000. So whenever we receive any kind of income from other sources, in that income your TDS was already deducted by that person who has given you that income. So यहाँ पे tax liability आपकी nil होगी, because already income from other source पर आपका tax already deducted है, TDS already कट चुका है, and the remaining your health and education cells में क्या है, that is your 6,000. So if it is not more than 10,000, then it will not be taxable at all, so it will be exempted here. So this is how we have to solve the questions regarding the computation of total income and tax liability. Next is your numerical number 2. So students, let me tell you first that this is one of the typical question from the computation of total income. So try to understand the concept and try to understand the question first. Then only you can solve this question. From the following details, compute the total income of Siddhant of Delhi and tax payable for the accounting year 2020 and 21. Salary including DA, that is your 3,35,000, bonus 11,000, salary of servant provided by the employer 12,000, rent paid by Siddhant for his accommodation 49,600, bills paid by the employer for gas, electricity and water provided free of cost at the above flat, that is your rupees 11,000. Siddhant purchased a flat in Cooperative Housing Society in Delhi for rupees 4,75,000 in April 2013, which was financed by a loan from Life Insurance of India of rupees 1,60,000 at 15% interest, his own saving of rupees 65,000 and a deposit from a nationalized bank for rupees 2,50,000 to whom this flat was given on the lease for 10 years. Here are some additional information regarding the question. The rent payable by the bank was 3,500 per month. The following particulars are relevant. Municipal taxes paid by Mr. Siddhant is rupees 4,300 per annum. House insurance rupees 860. He earned rupees 2,700 in share speculation business and lost rupees 4,200 in cotton speculation business. In the year 2014 and 15, he had gifted rupees 30,000 to his wife and 20,000 to his son, who was aged 11. The gifted amounts were advanced to Mr. Rajesh, who was paying interest at rupees 19% per annum. Siddhant received a gift of rupees 25,000 each from four friends, and he contributed rupees 50,000 to PPF. So students, I know you are feeling right now how you are feeling right now. So first thing I will suggest you to divide this total question into different parts so that you will be it will be easy to understand this question. अगर आप इसको overall question की तरह देखोगे then आपको बहुत problem होगी solve करने में. So what I suggest you to divide this particular question in the different parts, especially that particular paragraph which we have studied in your which we have gone through in your previous slide. So divide it into different information so that it will become easy to solve this question. I hope you have solved this question, and if in case you are not able to solve this question properly, so let's discuss the solution. First of all, what we have to do, we have to compute your salary income. Salary was received as including DA, that was 3,35,000, bonus 11,000. This is also included in your salary. Value of prerequisites like salary of servant. So it's a additional benefit given to the employee, so it will be taxable 12,000. Free gas, electricity and water, again a value of prerequisites, that is 11,000. So here 3,69,000 will be your income, out of which what you have to do, you have to deduct the standard deduction which is mentioned under section 16. So standard deduction is provided up to rupees 50,000. So after deducting it, 3,19,000 will be income from salary. Then next we have to calculate the income from house property, as there is no any other information given apart from the rent receivable, so we will assume it as a gross annual value. So we will calculate it 3,500 into 12, as mentioned in the question that he has received the rent, that is rupees 3,500. So yearly it will be 42,000, out of which we have to deduct the municipal tax, that is 4,300. Then we will get the net annual value. So here we have to deduct two things. If you remember, students, we have discussed it earlier that whenever you are computing your income from house property, then there are certain deductions as well, like deduction of 30% of NAV, that is rupees 11,310. It's your kind of a standard deduction again. And interest on loan, that was rupees 1,60,000 was your loan amount, and on which interest is 15%. So here 24,000 will be the amount of interest. So after deducting 3 lakh, oh, sorry, 35,310, we get the income from house property, that is 2,390 rupees. After income from house property, next we have to calculate the income from a speculative business. So it was mentioned 2,700, right? And there was a loss from cotton speculation business. So it's a kind of a speculation loss only. So that is 4,200. So here net loss is exceeding the value of income, value of gain, that is 1,500. So we will carry forward this 1,500 to next year to adjust it, to set off it, because there is no like long term capital gain is given in the question, so we can't adjust it in any other head of income. Next is income from other sources. So income from other sources will include that, students, if you can see, there is a clause which is given that Mr. Siddhant has given gifted some amount of money to his wife and son, right? And that is he have like just advanced to Mr. Some other person. So after advancing that income, he is receiving some sort of interest on that income. So that interest will be taxable under the income from other sources. So interest on that account of like advancing income to his son is 3,800. And under section 10 it is given that he can receive the exemption of rupees 1,500. So here taxable income will be 2,300 only. And same goes with your, when we will compute his wife's income. So in case of advancing income of his wife, that will be your 5,700. No exemption will be provided to his wife advancing income. And he have also received a gift from his four friends. He said that 25,000 from each friend, so that means 25,000 into 4. So total he have received 1 lakh from his friend. So income from other sources will be 1 lakh 8,000. So here gross total income is 4 lakh 29,390. So, as he have mentioned in the last line of the question that he have also contributed to the PPF. So, under section 80C, he will receive a deduction of rupees 50,000 because he has contributed it to the PPF. So now total income will be your 3,79,390. So here taxable tax on total income will be 6,470. So he will receive a rebate as it is not exceeding rupees 5 lakh. So the tax liability will be nil on Mr. Siddhant. So this is how you have to solve the questions when it comes to the solution of or computation of the tax liability or total income. So you have to solve questions like this only. So I hope that it's not a very difficult question for you, because what you have to do is you have to just write down, and you should know, you should have a proper knowledge like which income will come under which and what all deduction a person can receive, right? So students, that's it. Here is a question which you have to solve by your own. I hope you can solve this question. Still, if you face any difficulty, then I'm available on WhatsApp, and if you want anything else, I can help you out in any way. Mr. Ramdeen, working as a manager sales with Frozen Foods Limited, provides the following information for the year ended 31st March 2020. Basic salary 15,000 per month. DA 50% of it is meant for retirement benefits. Please consider each and every information as important. That is 12,000 per month. Commission as a percentage of turnover of the company is 0.5%. Turnover of the company is 50 lakh. Bonus 50,000. Gratuity 30,000. On contribution to RPF is 30,000. Employer's contribution to RPF is 20% of basic salary. Interest credited in the RPF account at 15% per annum is rupees 15,000. Gold ring worth rupees 10,000 was given by employer on his 25th wedding anniversary. Next, music system purchased on 1st April 2019 by the company for rupees 85,000 and was given to him for personal use. Two all-light goods vehicles owned by him were leased to a transport company against the fixed charges of rupees 6,500 per month. Books of accounts are not maintained. Received interest of rupees 5,860 on bank FDRS. Dividend of rupees 1,260 from shares of Indian companies and interest of rupees 6,786 from the debentures of Indian companies. Made payment by check of rupees 15,370 towards premium of life insurance policies and 22,500 for Mediclaim insurance policy for self and spouse. Invested in NSC rupees 30,000 and in FDR of SBI for 5 years is 50,000. Donations of rupees 11,000 to an institution approved under Section 80G and of rupees 5,100 to Prime Minister National Relief Fund were given during the year by way of check. So you have to compute the total income and tax payable thereon for the assessment year 2020-21. So students, here all the informations are given in the point wise. So it is easy for you to analyze each and every information step by step, right? So you have to solve this question, and still again I am saying, if you face any difficulty, please feel free to talk to me and to clear all your doubts. Thank you so much for your time. Stay tuned for more videos.